So welcome to maintenance in our tutorial of a Lekki 5-bedroom style apartment. So in our last episode we were able to design and conclude. You see the value of outside and every other thing that we were able to do. So like let's just bring some flowers to the front of this and say, okay, let me just copy this. The same pattern and same style. So copy this now, say drop it here. Good. So you copy, you can just adjust them. So copy 2 or 1, just copy these 2, then move it to this point as well. Good. So when you look at them from 3D, at least give a little bit of relief to the front side. So that is it. So we were able to do this. So what we want to do here is that we want to document these projects. We like to document them and give them the feel of reality. So you click here and go to level 1 first. So save. At this level, what is there is that this may not suit the, how will I put it, the paper space, which is this one, and this is my title that I always have for the project of mine. So we are having YouTube architectural drawing, things like that. So here I'm having ground floor plan. So what I need to do is to drag, so that from there I will be making my arrangement and scale for drawing. So as I have it here now, I think this one is in the space, so drag it and shift it. So if you fit to the paper, good for you. So you need to crop, double click now and say in this place you see crop view. Can you see? If you click like that, the crop disappear because the crop is small. So just on the bulb, let the crop be on, then you use it to resize the space. Use it to resize the space like this, then and drag it down. So you can now say crop region. So then you conclude by still addressing some issues. So I think if it's okay by you, you delete some of those elements that are not needed, like this one, say hide the elements. So like this again, hide the elements. So here now I'm going to hide this category because I don't want to be seeing flower or anything like that in this block. So here now, as I have it here, if it's okay by me, I can leave it. I can double click and say okay, hide this crop. So I don't want to see the crop again, then hide this one. So they're all gone, and if they did not go, you can still bring the crop back to life, and so that you'll be able to rearrange all the space that you need. So the crop doesn't really affect dimension anytime you are doing what you're working drawing or whatsoever drawing you feel that okay you are doing. So you'll be able to arrange the remaining ones. So we are done with the ground floor plan. So you can arrange like that. The scale, if the scale is okay, where you look at the scale 1 to 100, you can increase the scale from here. Like scale 1 to, like these are the predefined ones. So if you want to customize this, like 1 to 175, so it's going to be bigger. And say the title line that you are seeing here, because it's going to affect you when you are printing out, so you have to remove it and say no title. So that is out down. So as you do that, you see that the conclusion, the letters and every other annotation of this are small. You can go back and go and increase them and adjust them so that you fill the space for me. So for HANA, that is just what you need to do. So if you want to create more sheets, this is what you create and say new sheet. So you click on this. This is not the sheet because you have 2 options. So the next one, you click here again and say new sheet. New sheet until this is the one. There are 383. There are A83. So that is this one. So this one, you click on it and right click and you say delete. And delete it from here. So you rename it again if you want to rename it. Rename and call it 2. Because that one is 1, the next one follow should be 2. So you have renamed that. So if you are there, you can rename this from here, rename this one, just change the name and save first floor. It's going to automatically update itself from browser. So first floor plan, and say conclusion. So can you see? So it updates itself here straight up. So that is it. So you click that one and drag. The moment you click and drag, this blue dotted will be showing, because why? It's indicate that okay, it's on the paper space already. So you have already assigned the paper for that. So you can click here again and save time. At the same time, you do what? You change this pattern again to 75 like we have done before, so it's more bigger. Then you start cropping like I've said, double click, or you go back here to go and crop, but it's more better that when you are there, so you see the way you are cropping around the whole paper space. So we are done with this one. Now click here and say so when it's shown, so you drag this one and you drag this one, drag it close. So one thing you will notice that the previous one, the crop region was somehow small, but this time around, this one cover the whole space. So it depends on the pattern in which they built to you. So click like that, and outside, and you select this one and you tell it to no title, so it disappears. So you have this one in place, first floor plan. So the next thing I want to do is the elevation. I will just click on 2 elevation and we were done. So you can arrange the remaining one by yourself, and then you do whatever you want to do with the idea. So the next one is that you are going to put this west elevation, which is the front elevation. I'm going to put it here. So you arrange it to the middle. Okay, so as you have done with this, now you select this and say this is the crop region that you are using. So you say cancel the, and let me face what I want to do with my business. So you drag this down, so you drag it down again, or you can conclude it to be here. So this one is a little bit small. So what you do first, you need to remove this line, which is too ambiguous, so you'll be able to allow you to adjust. So this is 100, so you do that and change this one again to 75. So and you say 75. As you conclude that, you bring it and you drag it back here. So you have this one in place now. Double click and say hide this. So as you have hidden that, you now come here and say realistic. Get the realistic tail on it. So one thing about realistic is that it's going to be slow the same time when you on the shadow, because it's using a powerful graphics power. So it's going to be slow and it's going to be so just like that for you. So let us just use this one as a sample of the elevation that we want to do. So this is it. So as we're having this one, you can hide all the elevation marker that you don't want. So hide the categories, they will all go. Yeah, so next thing I want to do is to bring background. I want to have some basic things. So graphics. So from graphics that I have, my background, I want to change it here now by saying I want to use gradients. You can use image, you can use sky for you, apply. You see the update, can you see? So you are using sky. So if you have image, you can bring image here and put it like image of sky, or some buildings that are hidden around. So what I love most is I used to use gradient. So gradient happen to be one of the simpler things that I love using. So that sky is going to give me a brighter clear sky, you can imagine. So for me now, I can just say cast shadow for me. It will on my shadow and I will say okay, this one is there. So you can present your work to your clients in this manner. So it does not matter again, because you have already done the needful on this area. So this one matches everything together. The be something. Now I'm having issue with my cars because they are like jumping, which I did not take note when I was doing that. So what you need to do is to go to 3D, so select these cars and select this car. So the two of them, what you just need to say, the host need to be in foundation. So the first now in foundation, so they're supposed to be in foundation, which is what we have done now. So go back to this this particular, yeah, so you are no more seeing them. So you rename this one as a front elevation. So here you can rename it from here and say front elevation. So the next one we want to do is the one of the side, and which is why we are going to cut off the fence. We don't want to see the fence, so I'm going to use this as say create and say new. So click new sheet and then use this and click. So this one is there now. I'm going to pick south from south. So you drag and drop it here. So as you have this one here, there are two options for you to go with. So you can go to foundation, check whether you on this one. So there's an issue with the elevation markers are not visible. That is why I say to check that whether they are available. So if they are not available, you don't bother yourself. So what you just need to do is to go and hide everything from this particular position. So click inside, select this fence and say hide the element. So this is the whole play references of what you have done at this side. So you just need to drag a bit so that you show some fences around there. Allow it to stable. Good. So you click you conclude by clicking outside, and you can now adjust by bringing this down. So this one captures the whole, so you can just click and say, as you're having it here, so select this is done for you. So that is it. You can just adjust a bit and drag this a bit up. You did it. Good. There's so many things you can hide here. Like this, you can say hide the category if you are not doing working drawing. If you are presenting, it's not necessary. So hide the category, let the whole category disappear. So do the same thing for this, hide the category, let everything go. So do the same thing that I say, hide the category, and it's all gone. So you can present your work in this manner to your clients, and it's going to be more appreciative. So like here, whatsoever that you have, you can delete it, it's not needed. Good. So this is what you are able to do at this situation, and then you should enjoy the creativity between and behind. So you can rename this one again, so and call this one side, right side elevation. So you're done with that, click, and then you have your working space. So that's what to do. So now if you are done with this, you can just like get yourself a little style of perspective. So like clicking here and say camera, select from anywhere that you know that okay is going to pick for you. You can just pick like that. I'm not saying that because I decided to hide that for my own. So you can adjust and then just select. So what you are having here is that you have already chosen, just hide this one, bring this down, include this here. Can you see? So now what you need to do is that, do you like what you are seeing here? I just want to reduce this one to 500 and 500. Good. So you can just expand this up for me to see more, and that is if I like what I'm seeing. So if I don't like what I'm seeing, I can adjust it. And so I just want to make a funny camera in perspective. So I'm using this now. So I will drag this down a bit. So that is what I want. And then you can just like do this and say realistic. So from there again, you can conclude your aspect by graphics, realistic, cast the shadow, then the background the normal way that you have said before. So gradients, I'm going to use this, and I'm going to pick any color, and I'm going to have a light and say conclude it for me. So this is what you have as a designer. So you can present this to your client. You just will need before you render. So if like that, so that is what I want to show in this particular presentation. So you can drag that one as well and put it in your words, in your say new save. So you can put that one as well inside the, yes, open it, straight down, then you drag it here. So it's going to stable and fine in between. Can you see? So you can click that and then adjust it for your own purpose. So click like that and say far crop clip and things in this way. You can just like pick it up. And then bringing down, just like take this one halfway, then take to this guy to tell him here there's no title. So that is the document we were able to make in this place. So thanks for watching. God bless you, and see you in the next